everyone. Welcome to the Seeds of Success podcast, hosted by Dottie San Martin and myself, Orly Rivera. This show is your weekly dose of knowledge, insights, and actionable tips to transform centers into striking successes. Whether you're a seasoned industry professional or just stepping onto the lanes, we've got you covered. All right, Dottie. So I see the title branding. Are you finally ready to get that Seeds of Success tattoo with me? Is that what this is?
Well, I was going to tell you we're going to get matching Beyond the Frame tattoos, but no, we're not. Seeds of Success tattoo. Nope. Sorry.
All right.
But
I thought I would try.
Yeah, good try, but it isn't going to happen. But the topic that we're going to talk about today is branding, and it's so important. First of all, let's talk a little bit about branding. Branding is your image, right?
Yeah.
And there's a lot of things that go into branding. It's your logo, your colors, your font, your tagline, if you have one. All of that goes into play about who you are. It's like part of the DNA of the business, right?
Yeah.
And it's really, really important. And if you are all over the place and you don't really have a set, we call them branding kits. If you don't have all of that, you've not got consistency. And we all want to make sure that, we did an episode a long time ago called Say My Name, Say My Name. Mm-hmm. And that's one of our most popular episodes. Why? Because it's true. People like to hear their names. And so branding is also about getting your name out and making sure that you have those opportunities to get the name of your center and that brand recognition for your center, right?
Yeah.
And you want that brand recognition to be consistent and clear, right?
No, yeah, I totally agree. A pet peeve of mine is when I see people using, I'm big, I love social media, but I see them using one logo on Facebook and some other random logo on like their Instagram. And I'm like, is this the same company? And then you go to their website and it might be something even different. It's kind of like, you got to stick with it. Make sure it looks good on your social media. Make sure it looks good on your shirts, wherever you're going to put it. Make sure that logo is consistent. Like you said, it's the same logo. I mean, I get it. You might have, this is our little throwback logo, or we use this one here and there, but at least make it look the same. Not like, is this the same restaurant? I can't even tell.
Right. It's not uncommon to have, versions of your logo, a horizontal, maybe a negative version of it, or whatever, but you need to have a professional logo, and you need to have your colors. You need to have your fonts. All of that is important to keep that consistent look and feel for your center. And again, you want to, the idea is to make sure that you have your brand everywhere so that you do start to capture that brand awareness and you get people to say, oh yeah, I recognize that logo. I mean, from far away, I recognize that logo. I recognize that color. I recognize that font. I recognize that logo. And the worst thing under the sun is that you are putting out the wrong message when it comes to your branding.
Yeah.
So, if you have a dark website and you have your logo and it's got a white box around it because you uploaded a JPEG, that is a bad look.
Yeah.
That is a bad look. So you need to make sure that you are, number one, finding all of the opportunities to customize things and brand things and start getting brand awareness. But then you also want to make sure that you're doing it with the right elements. So does your bowling center have a professionally designed logo that you can have in various formats so that you don't have to have the white box around your JPEG on a dark background. So if you don't, it's time to take a look at what you do have and make sure that you are aligning it to your brand identity. And along with that goes your font. Do you have a specific font that you use, or it depends on what mood you're in as to what font you use when you're creating stuff for your center. So find what is your identity and stick with it. Same thing for color, right?
Yeah.
There's 50 shades of red, right? which shade are you going to use? Find that hex code and then document that and use that each time that you have anything that's branded with your center.
Yeah, and you're mentioning like text. If you're using like a tagline or something, make sure it's readable to people. There's been times where it's like you're looking at something, you're like, what does that say underneath it? You want customers to be able to know what you're saying underneath your logo. And you mentioned, your brand logo is your identity. That's really true. I mean, my kids like to play a game on YouTube and they'll bring it up for us to all play, and it'll show a logo without the name on it. Like if it says a name, like let's say, for instance, Coach, it has like the name underneath it, or Chanel or something, but this will just show you just the logo, and it's like who can guess it the fastest. And that just tells you how much that logo sticks in somebody's head, because I'm like remembering all these logos, like, Burger King, McDonald's, like you're just seeing all these, and it really sticks out. So it's, if you have something that's catchy and people are going to remember it, whether it's the colors, the picture, that's really important. And just a small disclaimer, none of those people are paying me to say any of those names, but I mean, they're welcome to if they would like, right? You could use some new Chanel or Coach, Dottie, I'm sure.
I can. But Orly, the thing is, as you were speaking about those brands in particular, I think a lot of times in this industry, people think that they have to put bowling pins in their logo to make it memorable, to make people know what they're all about. But if you start with your brand identity and you're consistent and you're putting your logo out and you have that message that goes along with it, you don't have to have bowling pins in your logo for people to identify who you are. So don't feel compelled to have to do that. And then the last thing I can say is a real big pet peeve of me is not only when I see a logo, for example, that's all over the place and never consistent, and has the white box around it. But then when it's pixelated and it has a white box, that's like a double whammy. It's like, oh my gosh, no, folks, don't do that. So yeah, really be aware of it. But the other thing I want to say, Orly, is getting your name out is so very important. And to start to create that brand awareness where people can see your logo and immediately without seeing any language, they immediately have an image of your center. That's important. That image is very important. So getting your name out and customizing things, that is a huge opportunity for your center. And I'm really excited because with our products, and rarely do we talk specifically about products on this show, but in this particular case, I do want to mention, because there are some things that do give you that opportunity to reinforce your branding and even branding opportunities within our products. And of course, basic products like customizing your receipts and your score sheets and stuff like that. That's all great. And then customizing the LED Neoverse wall. There's super opportunities in there where you can actually get the name of your center and your branding going in that. And that's right in your face. That is an amazing opportunity. But also the new Best NV scoring system has NV identity, which is an opportunity to really do the branding your way and to be able to create that custom look and feel in so many areas within your scoring system that's going to reinforce your brand identity. So that's super exciting that those products were developed knowing the value of branding and the value of reinforcing that look and feel of your center. So that's really exciting for me as a marketer. That's a super exciting opportunity. So I want to do a shout out to those products.
Yeah, and if you're having someone make a logo for you, maybe ask them the question: will this look good on T-shirts? Will this look good if I print out stickers? Will this look good on social media? Because sometimes something might look good online, but on a shirt it might not quite go well. Make sure those colors are, let them know if maybe say I'm going to print these on black shirts, will this come, what I mean? Because you want it to look good. You don't want some shirt where it's all smudgy looking and it blends in, and so talk if you're going to somebody that's an actual graphic designer. I'm sure they can help you with that and give you the best quality and what you need and all the different file type sizes. That's another thing. You don't want to print certain files on shirts or certain files you don't want to use online or when you're sending it or branding it on a letter or something. So make sure you're asking all those questions, and I'm sure they'll be glad to help you.
Yes. Be proud of your name. Be proud of your image. Be proud of your logo. And any opportunity that you have to get your name out, make sure that you're doing it. And as I said, I'm really excited about our latest products here at Cubica AMF, and that being one of the things that has been addressed is to be able to allow you to market and brand these products so that you are consistent with the look and feel of your center. So really, really exciting. So anyway, well, listeners, thank you so much for joining us today. We look forward to you tuning in next week for another episode of Seeds of Success. Who knows what we'll be up to then? Remember to share this podcast with your entire team. Also, like us, subscribe to us, and remember, the more seeds you plant, the bigger the crop. Until next time, keep growing your business, one happy customer at a time.